Hi Gemini, welcome to your mid-April general love reading. This is your girl Mermaid Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is a general love reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Gemini. This is a general reading, so please keep that in mind. To only take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't for someone else who needs to hear this message. Hi cross watchers, you're very welcome here if you're interested in a Gemini. Who wouldn't be? I like to remind Gemini and cross-watchers that energy is fluid. This simply means you may feel like I'm describing a certain situation in the reading where you feel the roles are flipped or reversed, and that's completely okay. You're more than welcome to use your own discretion to flip those roles if that resonates with your specific situation the best. All right, Gemini, let's get this reading started. I'm first going to use my sound bowl to clear and set the energy for you guys. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And tune into the energy of Gemini. All right, let's go ahead and see what's going on for Gemini in love and romance. What do you need to know about your love life at this time? What is happening, unfolding? Let's see. Tell me about Gemini's love life. What Gemini needs to know. That was quick. Ooh, the Hanged Man with sacrifice. Pisces energy. Some of you could be dealing with the Pisces, or you could have strong Pisces in your chart. Does not have to be the case. Something's being flipped completely in someone's world for them to see the truth of a situation. Someone is kind of, I feel this is energy around you, Gemini. Someone that has romantic feelings or intentions towards you is realizing that if they want you, if they want to be with you, there's something they're going to have to give up. An old way of being, an old lifestyle, an old pattern. But someone is willing to sacrifice something for you, Gemini. And the rainbow is really being, I'm getting drawn to it. Maybe rainbows are your confirmation. Rainbows is something you've been seeing in your 3D world day to day through emojis, text messages, pictures, or even if you see one outside. But I feel as if someone is becoming spiritually aligned with what they're trying to manifest and who they want. But they're realizing that with this upgrade within their energy, within the chakras that are being activated when they're with you, Gemini, when they think about you, is something that's going to take work to continue building and growing. But I feel almost as if they're breaking through the soil to come to this realization about you, Gemini, and what they're realizing they have to do. And if it's taken some time for them to get it, to understand it, I feel as if from now to the end of April, these realizations are coming in, these downloads are coming in. And by May, it's setting them up to do something about it. But let's keep going before I get any further here. Tell me more. Maybe someone was wearing white the last time you saw them, or you're wearing white right now. And that's just confirmation for some of you guys. Tell me more. Okay, seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, possible third-party influence. So with this seduction here, I feel maybe this is what someone's kind of looking at and further inspecting about their behaviors and getting what they wanted before. And maybe really realizing that there's more to keep this going than just the sexual energy between the two of you. I feel it's very strong, very intense, but I also feel for some of you guys with the Hanged Man and this third-party interference, someone is making a decision to make it more exclusive here, to cut out a third-party influence, realizing that if they want you, they can't keep the field open, they can't keep their options open. But I really do feel almost as if Gemini, again, we'll pull tarot to dive deeper, there's something here that they're realizing that they must kind of give way to and can no longer be. And maybe that was a bit of a playette. Maybe that was thinking they were going to be single forever. You know, not wanting to settle down with anyone or anything. And then you came into their life. And I'm hearing the song, I don't want to be a player no more. That song, I don't know if it means anything to you guys, but I feel that's what they're really seeing, that they would have to overcome, that they would have to really address within themselves. And it's a lower vibrational energy. We all have shadow. We all have ego. Okay, let's start there, because I know there's some people in the spiritual community that think they're all love and light, and that's not really the truth. We can definitely tap into it, but we definitely have those shadow energies that honestly in some ways can protect us. But going forward, someone's really realizing that there's deeper meaning to this connection than just the sexual energy, the sexual chemistry between the two of you. And that's what they're becoming really enlightened by, is that very fact, Gemini. The letter S is sticking out to me, as in Stephanie, Sean, first, middle, last initial may mean something to someone. Let's keep going. What do they want to tell Gemini? 1 second, Gemini, that fell on the ground. Sorry, Gemini. Okay, you got being with you feels like home. So Gemini, there's a factor here where you're standing out from the rest. And even if, you know, you guys weren't in a relationship, let's say, that's exclusive, maybe you kind of sense that you're wondering when this is going to go anywhere, if this ever was going to be something that could be taken seriously. And I do feel as if out of anyone that they've talked to in the last few years, had some sort of chemistry with, there's something about you that's really sticking. And they love being at your house. They love coming over. They love it when you stay the night. Maybe some of you have an overnight bag or something that's over there. But yeah, I think they really are shedding this old skin. Maybe they're in the cocoon realizing this from now till the end of May, but as May approaches, they're really realizing that they don't want to be that person anymore that's just in romance for the pleasure of it, for the senses of it. And that's because you came in their life, Gemini. Whoa, okay. You've definitely been a catalyst to a spiritual awakening within them. Having this connection with you has really changed a lot about them. How they feel about you is the Queen of Cups. Cancer energy, some of you could be dealing with a Cancer, or you could have strong Cancer in your chart. Before I dive deep, let's get all the cards out, but there's feelings there, Gemini. Whew, Knight of Cups, whoa. A lot of water energy. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy coming through here. Wow, okay. That makes sense. Okay. All right. So, bottom of the deck, we have the Death card. Scorpio energy. Some of you could be dealing with the Scorpio or someone with strong Scorpio in their chart, but something had to come to an end and they got hit hard with that. And I feel almost as if, Gemini, you started to recognize there was a certain pattern to this connection where it was just, you know, solely sexually based, or they weren't kind of getting past this, or even if you found out that it wasn't so exclusive or there was other people around the situation, you kind of had to put an end to something here, and you had to make it very, very clear. Whether it was like you sent a text or sent a phone call, made a phone call that was kind of like, I'm done, or, you know, you need to get your together. I really do feel as if you called them out in some way that hit them to the core, shook them to the core, quite honestly here, and it made them do a lot of introspection, as it is continuing to do so with the Hangman here. But they really realized a part of them had to die. There was some sort of ego death that they were faced with when they were given this ultimatum by you, Gemini. And if it wasn't exactly an ultimatum, it definitely felt that way. So how they feel about you is the Queen of Cups. Cancer energy. Being with you feels like home. This is that type of vibe. They feel spiritually connected to you. They feel emotionally connected to you. And even if that was something that they were fighting against, didn't want to make the situation of, tried to make this more sexually based, it's hit them hard now that maybe you're not around as much, or you put them in the timeout. You know, initiated some sort of break here. And from the silence, from the loneliness, they're really starting to understand how deeply they feel for you. And again, I don't know if you introduced them to spirituality or you brought up some conversations that were very spiritually based, but you've kind of sparked their interest in diving deeper into certain spiritual beliefs, spiritual practices, rituals, meditation, yoga. I don't know. There's something that they're definitely getting more in connection to spirit, God, the universe with, more so than before they met you. It's deep, Gemini. What they think about you is the Knight of Cups. This is Pisces energy. So they think that they need to approach you from the heart and nothing else is really going to pass. They know just sending a booty call, a text message that's seductive, flirty, is just going to make you roll your eyes and block. They know that what they have to say needs to be felt. Very genuine, very real. They have a lot of romantic thoughts about you, which I think surprises them. Before they met you, I think they really tried to, again, live out this player, playette type of vibe, life, situation, really thinking they were going to be single. But then they started to daydream what it would be like to be with you. Being around you kind of opened up something in their heart space that no one ever really has before. And that's kind of connotating to the Hangman, how much you flipped their certain mindset or ideas around, completely upside down. So they're thinking about messaging you, wanting to talk to you, wanting to see you. But I feel as if what they're thinking about the next time they see you, they want to reveal something very, very deep, very loving. They're thinking about inviting you on a date, but it's going to be romantic. Whether they cook for you at home, whether they want to take you to a nice restaurant, make it extra special. Now, Gemini, what they like the most about you, interestingly, is the Devil card. Capricorn energy. Now, in tarot, you don't have to take anything quite literally. And I don't think that what they like the most about you is that you're the devil, right? And I don't even think you have devil vibes or energy. What this connotates to me, a couple things. For some of you, yes, physically, they find you to be so attractive. I mean, shockingly so. Where when they're around you, sensual, passionate, romantic feelings just feel out of control and they feel completely bound to you. Again, something about you, Gemini, where they didn't have this with anyone else. They didn't chase anyone else. They didn't feel deeply romantic with anyone else. They kept things pretty seductive and sexual with everyone else but you. You provided a challenge to their ego in some way, which is making them evolve and making them change. There may be something about someone's eyes that are very pretty, like someone could have a unique color of eyes, like hazel eyes, maybe a birthmark or a beauty mark around their eyes. But that this connection is very, very intense, very, very deep, and may be healing and reversing a lot of karma that they set themselves up with before in romance situations. Now, others of you with the Devil card here, yeah, you really are the mirror to their shadow. And whatever that was, that belief system that they had to keep things very basic, very superficial, that is evolving and that is changing. And you are the person to do that for them in their lives. You're very, very good in bed. I gotta say, with the Devil energy, if they haven't been intimate with you physically, obviously that's not your message. But if they have, Gemini, you make their toes curl. You know exactly what to do. Physically, you're on point. Okay? We're going to leave that at that because it's YouTube. But know that they still talk and think about you two physically together, and it's been mind-blowing for them each and every time. But what they don't like about you is the Five of Pentacles. Taurus energy. Right now you're keeping your distance. Right now you're not taking any crumbs. I definitely feel as if you were the one to put a break in this. You were the one to separate yourself from this. And even if you weren't, if they were the ones to make that choice, they regret it. They miss you. But with this Five of Pentacles, yeah, you are really just not going to give more effort into this until you see a change. And until then, the door is closed. And they feel like you're leaving them out in the cold. But I think it's for good reason. You'll give them the door open again if they come back correct. But until then, that door will be closed. And they don't like that. They don't like that you have the power to do that over them. It's driving them a little bit crazy here, especially with their constant thoughts of you, with the Knight of Pentacles, or the Knight of Cups, and the thought part of the spread. What they like the most about this connection is the Queen of Pentacles. Capricorn energy again. You have it all, Gemini. And you're solid, you're stable, you are resourceful, you're independent, you're good with money. Maybe someone's in finance, banking, invests in Bitcoin and the stocks, knows all about it. But with the Queen of Pentacles here, you are someone that is a solid partner. And that's something they didn't look at for anyone else. That idea didn't come in their mind recently in the last few years in romance and dating until they met you. You have a good fashion sense. You have a good style. They like the way you decorate your home or even your workspace if you work with this person. But you're solid. You're real. You're down to earth. You're someone that they could take home to meet their parents. But what they don't like about this connection is the Eight of Swords. Gemini energy. Some of you could possibly be dealing with another Gemini or someone with strong Gemini in their chart. But since this breakup or since this separation, or even if it's just a timeout, like I said, right? It's been on their mind constantly. And it's as every day goes by that they don't hear from you, that you guys don't resolve this, or that they haven't showed you the change that they've been wanting to make in this, it's been binding them. It's been overwhelming them. And, you know, even too, if you look further into the image, if you need to pause it, go right ahead. But it's like this woman's looking at her reflection in the mirror and she's so tied up, so restricted. So the work that you've been the catalyst for has not been easy. Okay. And maybe even a bit premature with where their ego was at when you first met. A lot of things are resurfacing about their beliefs, about their insecurities, about their doubts and fears in being vulnerable in love and romance and being available in love and romance. And with this Hanged Man energy they're in, they're kind of dissecting it. And there are some things they may feel guilty for when they were players, playettes, even, you know, this may be aside from you, but like even if they kind of realized in the past they treated people with less respect than they deserve, that's kind of coming back to haunt them now with this new connection with you. Seeing what kind of happens when you play people. That type of vibe here. Highest hopes, Nine of Pentacles, Virgo energy. So for some of you guys, I feel with this Nine of Pentacles, this is how they view you, especially for those of you that carry that Queen of Pentacles energy. And just to clarify, the Queen energy has nothing to do with gender or sex. It has to do with energy. And right now you're in strong feminine energy. And what that means is that you're attracting. You're not chasing. You're sitting and you're nurturing yourself, nurturing your vibration, nurturing your intentions. And as you do that, the right things will come along. That's kind of in the mindset you're in right now, being a single person in this space. So for some of you, that work you've been doing to nurture yourself, to grow yourself, to heal yourself has really been shining through. And even if this time out has been a long one, they still check up on you. They still see you, whether you work with them, whether your social media is unblocked or whatever. and they see that the work you've done has shown. And they're hoping, you know, as you're looking like a snack, as they're watching you from a distance, that they can prove to you, that they can meet you at this vibration that you're carrying with the Nine of Pentacles. If you're on the market, they're hoping to take you out the market. They're hoping that if they message you, call you with an offer to go on a date, that you'll take it up. Someone has really great teeth as well, I'm noticing. Maybe someone wears Invisalign, I don't know. But the deepest fears of the Tower. Mars energy, Aries energy, Scorpio energy here. They were too late. They didn't do enough. That whatever, even if in some way seductive energy, player energy led to their own downfall. And once that tower fell, you're not looking to rebuild it. You're not looking to re-cement anything. And that would affect them strongly here, because again, how they feel and think of you is Queen of Cups and Knight of Cups. Gemini, I'm confident in saying that they're in love with you. At the very least, they really, really, really like you. And to think that they messed everything up, that every chance they had is completely blown now, is something that is going to make them very, very hard to get over. Their idea of like starting to build this, it's already messed up before they could put the first brick in this foundation. It would be pretty devastating for them, Gemini. They're afraid that it's not already destroyed whatever could have been built. Because again, being with you feels home. Being with you has hit something very deep in their heart space. All right, Gemini. To see the likely outcome of the situation, what is likely to happen and unfold, what are they likely to do from now till the end of the month? We're going to go ahead and take this to Vimeo for the extended reading. I'm going to overturn this card here to show you the likely outcome of the situation and pull some more cards to dive deep. So let's just get right on into it. If you'd like to join me for the extended reading, open up the description box and you'll find the link to Vimeo, which will take you to the extended reading. But if this is where we depart, Gemini, I really hope that this reading has resonated with you. I hope it provided you with the clarity, insight, healing, guidance that you were looking for by watching this message. And if it has, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Gemini, very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care, Gemini.